Good job, everybody. Hooray, we won, we won. We beat Trump. Hooray. Go America, we won, we won. We beat Trump today. Hooray. Go America. We won big. We beat Trump today. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air. Hello. Just wanted to be the one that announces to you that we won today. American people and Jimmy Kimmel won today. We beat Trump. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air. He'll be back on the air on Tuesday. And I said I'll be going live until Jimmy Kimmel's back on the air, so I've only got one more day to go. Got today and tomorrow. But no, I'm going to carry out my threat. I'm still going to go live until Jimmy Kimmel comes back on the air. Them keep kicking him off the air even for one day is going to be a chance enough for me to get my lives in and celebrate. We beat Trump. Hooray, we beat Trump. And we'll beat him again. We're going to beat him more than this. But we beat him once, and we'll beat him even more. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jimmy Kimmel. You're an American hero. Thank you, Jimmy Kimmel, for being the point person on this turning point for USA. Thank you, Jimmy Kimmel. You're awesome. They made you more of a martyr by firing you than they made Jimmy Kimmel by shooting him. But you did a great job, Jimmy Kimmel. You really told the truth and stood up for the truth. You didn't back down. You didn't, even satirically praise Trump or anything like this, like all the other late night hosts did. I mean, it was kind of funny, but it was also kind of cringe. So anyway, we won. We won. Hooray. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on Tuesday. I'll be going live more today and tomorrow just to celebrate, to rub it in their face. I'll go ahead and sing my songs. Cash Patel, nobody believes your story. You're just pateling on yourself. Cash Patel, your lies are really Civil War-y. Chat KGB writes all your stupid bullshit. Skippy's here. Guess what, Skippy? You lost. You lost. Trump lost, and you lost. You stupid fascists lost. Ha ha ha, you stupid fascist. You lost. You bet on Trump, and you lost. And you're canceled, and you're fired. Because Jimmy Kimmel's coming back. Suck it, you fucking Nazis. Ha ha, you lost. Trump's going to lose. Trump's going to keep losing because Jimmy Kimmel gets to come back and talk about how that groiper Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk. Rub it in all y'all's faces. That y'all are protecting the terrorists. You're the terrorists. MAGA is the terrorist. We proved it to be true. Disney put Jimmy Kimmel back on the air. Ha 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 ha. We won. You lose. You stupid MAGA fucks. You stupid fascist fucks. You lost. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back. Ha 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 ha. You stupid fucks. You're always gonna lose because you're stupid Nazi pedos and we all hate you. Because that's all you guys understand. And what's wrong with being in elementary school? Because I'm as giddy as a schoolboy that you stupid fucking Nazis lost again. And you're gonna lose again. Hey, Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air. We won, everybody. American people won. Nazis lost. American people won. Nazis -1. You lost Charlie Kirk, and we got Jimmy Kimmel back. You stupid fucking shits. You're all traitors and terrorists. That's why we all hate you. Ha 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 ha. You're a Nazi? No, you're the Nazi. You know what a Nazi is. You know what a Nazi is. Nazi shit is what comes out of your butt when you take a shit, because you're a Nazi. But guess what? We beat you and your stupid Nazi shit. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back. Ha 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 ha. Do you remember the FBI on a meth bender? Cash was changing Tyler's roommate's gender while they helped the Groypers get away. But Kimmel wasn't letting them get away. Nope, Kimmel called them out for what they are. MAGA Groyper terrorists. And that's why he got fired, but that's why he's coming back. You made more of a martyr of Jimmy Kimmel by firing him than you made of Charlie Kirk by shooting him. Ha ha ha. Skippy says Sig Heil because he's a Nazi. Ha 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 ha. Skippy says Sig Heil because he's a Nazi. Ha 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 ha. Then he says, purify the country, you fucking Nazi trash. Let's talk about Skippy for a second. Skippy's channel activity is 10 years ago. So Net and YouTube has let this Nazi, like very obvious Nazi, be on YouTube for 10 years with this same channel. And he's just blatant Nazi, just goes out Nazi. Now, free speech is a thing, but YouTube can kick you off for being a Nazi. And Skippy is obviously a Nazi, saying Sig Heil and purify the country and all these Nazi things. But guess what? You lost, you stupid Nazi. You and your Fuhrer Trump lost. Because Jimmy Kimmel's coming back here. Ain't shit you can do about it. We boycotted the fuck out of Disney and they lost millions of dollars and they brought Jimmy Kimmel back so they wouldn't go under like fucking Target. You want to be back tomorrow? Look, guess what? Even if I report you, I'm going to let you say what you say so the Nazi hunters can track you down, you fucking Nazi. And so the other Trumputineers who think that you're on their side realize that they're fucking Nazis too. Good for Disney. They are Jewish. Bet you're really glad that your Groiper buddy killed Charlie Kirk too, aren't you? Aren't you glad that your Groiper buddy killed Charlie Kirk? Aren't you glad that your Groiper buddy killed Charlie Kirk? Hey, if you're mad about Charlie Kirk getting killed, that guy Skippy's really glad about it. Skippy, you want to post your address? Cookies said, you sound like a bitch. Thank you, I guess. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back. You fucking MAGA lost. You Trumper Nazi lost. You're gonna lose again. You're gonna lose again. You already lost Charlie Kirk and now you lost this win. Ha 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 ha. You stupid fucks. Guess who's coming next? Guess who's going down next? Well, I don't know. You guys are the ones who killed him. Tell me who's going down next. But it's hilarious, you Nazi fucks. See, Skippy's like, Nazi isn't an insult. It doesn't bother me because you're proud to be a Nazi because you just said Sieg Heil in the comments a minute ago. Let's just go ahead and get your channel activity so we get all of your comments on one screenshot. One screenshot, all of your comments. You're saying Hitler is pro-Palestine. Oh my gosh. We got all of Skippy's comments on one screenshot for the Nazi hunters. There we go. There we go. So anyway, haha, you lost. Trump lost. Jimmy Kimmel and the American people won. So you fucking Nazis can fuck off and burn in hell. I love it. I love how you fucking Nazis always lose. You guys got to go watch I might have to watch that again tonight. Watch that Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare where they just fucking kill Nazis left and right. And it's so goddamn satisfying to see you fucking Nazis get shot. Love it. Love it. Loving that shit. Loving watching you Nazis get shot. Skippy says, I'm not playing. I can't lose a game I can't play. Yeah, dismissed. You already lost because we got your screenshots of all your Nazi talk. We know you're a Nazi. Cookies says he has kids in his basement. So you might want to go investigate Cookies. Let's get Cookies info. He's got like a OSU, Ohio State University. Look, I can't tell. He's got some type of logo, it looks like. Yeah, I think it is Ohio State. And he's got, he joined 5 years ago. He has 0 subscribers. Anyway, Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air. Yay, we won. American people won. Trump lost. Hooray. American people won and Trump lost. Oh, don't ban you. Then you can see reporting does nothing. I know, you've been very obvious Nazi on YouTube for 10 years. YouTube probably promotes you, because Net and YouTube is Nazi too. But you're working for Netanyahu, just so you know. You're working for Netanyahu, Putin, and Trump. Cookie says, come find me, bitch. I'll send the Nazi hunters after you. That's what you joined this live for, right? Guess what? We beat Trump today. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air. Cash Patel, nobody believes your stories. You're just pateling on yourself. Cash Patel, your lies are really civil war-y. Chat KGB writes the stupid bullshit you spew. Do you remember the FBI on a meth bender? Cash was changing Tyler's roommate's gender while helping Groypers get away. Do you remember the FBI on a meth bender? By the way, Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air. We won. American people won. Trump lost. Trump went down hard because Jimmy Kimmel won and the American people won. So I'm going to sing a song. Do you remember the FBI on a meth bender? Cash was changing Tyler's roommate's gender while they helped the Groypers get away. Anyway, I'll probably shut down live pretty soon. But nobody's coming, Cookies. Nobody wants you. Nobody's ever wanted you. Nobody will ever miss you. Or you could stop being a Nazi and a pedophile and a traitor. And then, just become American again, become a human again. And people might care about you. We might even be friends. You might even get to be friends with me. Talk about a bonus. But anyway, Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air. We're celebrating because Jimmy Kimmel won. The American people won. Trump lost. You MAGA Nazis lost. And you're going to lose again. Pam Bondi lost, just like she lost the Epstein files. I'm just kidding. Pam Bondi and the IDF and the Team KGB, FBI investigated themselves and found there are no files. Pam Bondi never even had a desk. They actually used that joke. I think The Daily Show, or maybe Jimmy Kimmel actually used that joke a few months after I started telling it. So, we won. Trump lost. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back. Fuck you, Nazis. Shove it. Suck it, Nazi shits. Council Estate Rock says, Council Estate Rock, R-A-C-H. Council Estate Rock says, stop projecting and lay off the meth. You didn't watch Kimmel, you prick. Yeah, I watched Kimmel. I didn't watch him regularly, but I watched his clips a lot on YouTube, on net and YouTube. Haha, and I'll be watching him again. I'm going to go watch him on TV when he comes back on TV, because Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on TV. Trump won't be on TV much longer. You'll never get to see Trump again. You'll see some deep fakes of him, but you'll never see Trump again soon enough. It's going to be fucking hilarious. You stupid whiners, you put all your faith in Trump thinking he's Jesus, and then you got all that faith transferred over to Charlie Kirk thinking he's Jesus, and they're like, worship Kirk or you can't work. Worship Kirk or you can't work. And then found out, oh no, you can work. You can say fuck Kirk and still work. It's awesome. It's free speech, motherfuckers. Y'all can't handle it, can you? Didn't think so. You're stupid, weak little Nazi bitches. Skippy says, what are you going to do tonight, brother? Think I'll play RuneScape after the gym and smoke weed. I mean, good for you, I guess. You don't deserve weed. You're a Nazi. You should, I hope somebody poisoned your weed, I guess, or hope you have an accident at the gym and don't get to that weed, so somebody else who's cleaning up your stuff after you're gone gets to smoke your weed. How's that? I never want to play with you. No, I don't even want to talk to you. You're a Nazi. You came in here talking about being a Nazi. You're friends with all the other Nazis who come in here. So the reason I let you continue to be here is so that people that agree with you, MAGA fucks, can realize they're Nazis, because you're a Nazi. You're very proud of being a Nazi. And these MAGA, and so I can ask the MAGA fucks, the Trumputineers, are you guys Zionist Nazis? Skippy's not a Zionist Nazi. So you can tell us if you're a Zionist Nazi, but he might try to shoot you. Are you a Zionist Nazi, or are you a Christian nationalist Nazi? Are you a Zionist Nazi like Charlie Kirk, or are you a Christian nationalist Nazi like Nick Fuentes, who had Charlie Kirk killed? I mean, of course, Trump and Putin did all of this, but which side of the Trump and Putin terrorist network are you on? Zionist or Christian nationalist? We know Skippy's a Nazi. He's a Christian nationalist Nazi. No, we ain't chopping logs and shit. We're never doing this. Is the closest you will ever come to me, is this chat. And this is way too good for you. You don't deserve this, but nobody else is chatting. So, no, we ain't smoking together. You don't deserve weed. Okay? Like, all humans deserve weed. You don't. You're a Nazi. Bam! And Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air. And Trump is losing again and again. Trump can't do anything but lose, because he's a loser. He's the biggest loser ever. He's a fucking Nazi. He's a pedophile, and he's about to lose that too. And when you guys see the Epstein files, y'all are going to be so ashamed that you were pedos for years. Ha ha, you stupid fucks. Anyway, Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air. If you didn't hear it before, you heard it here first. We won. Trump lost. Fuck you, Nazis. Ha ha ha. And I'm still going to go live until Jimmy Kimmel comes back on the air. I mean, not every minute of the day, but I'm going to go live like, 5 or 10 more times before Jimmy Kimmel show comes back on, just to rub it in y'all's fucking faces. We got black Nazis. Oh, Skippy's bragging that he has black Nazis. Oh, wow, you have black Nazis. You have Kanye West. Wow, what a score. What a coup. No, nobody wants Kanye West. Nobody wants Kanye West, you fucking Nazis. The reason nobody wants Kanye West is because y'all made him a Nazi. You know, everybody hates Nazis. Okay, so you can stop being a Nazi and somebody can care about you. Until then, you're some of the lives that don't matter. You're the fucking Nazi Trumputineers. Everybody fucking hates you. We also hate the Zionist Nazi Trumputineers, but we hate you Nazis too. Yeah, Skippy's like, well, you can be Nazi too. Yeah, you can't discriminate because everybody hates you. You have to lie about what you are. You're the only one in the chat who even admits you're a Nazi. The rest of you MAGA types are like, say what a Nazi is. Well, ask Skippy. He's been one for years. Okay, Andrew Kenny says, you need to calm down and smell the flowers. Well, I probably will when this is done, but I'm excited. I'm excited because we won and Trump lost. And Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air. Jimmy Kimmel will be back on Tuesday, and I'll be going live until then to carry out my threat. I said, hey, I'm going to go live until Jimmy Kimmel comes back on the air, so y'all can pick one. But Jimmy Kimmel's a lot less radical than I am. Yeah, I know, you got black Nazis like Kanye. I know, like Kanye. We spell it with an L. Will Thompson says, what an actual loser. Will Thompson. Will Thompson. Thompson. All lowercase. All lowercase. Will Thompson has joined 15 years ago and has 1 subscriber. Let me sing y'all a song. First of all, Jimmy Kimmel coming back on the air on Tuesday, so Trump lost. American people won. Thank you. Do you remember the FBI on a meth bender? Cash was changing Tyler's roommate's gender while they helped the Groypers get away. One more time. Do you remember the FBI on a meth bender? Cash was changing Tyler's roommate's gender while they helped the Groypers get away. Okay, Brandon McPherson says, you're a Nazis. You're a Nazis. Except he spelled it Y-O-U-R, because why can Trumputineers never spell? They're like the stupidest people that have ever lived. How do you even work a keyboard when you're that stupid? Skippy says, we're very diverse. We're, he means Nazis. Leo S says 20 viewers. What a joke. Leo S, let's see what Leo S is. Leo S joined 11 years ago and has 1 subscriber and wants to say 20 viewers. What a joke. Trumputineers are Space Force in the streets, flat earth in the sheets. And you're all Nazis and pedophiles and traitors and terrorists, and that's why everyone hates you. Skippy, Nazis very tolerant. Leo S says, you're insane. Oh gosh, they got the double preview. I can't read your comment. Okay, Will Thompson says, no one wants to listen to you calling everything that disagrees with you Nazi. What a sad man you are. Can you tell you're not had human touch for some years? Okay, way to project, Will Thompson. I don't feel sorry for you. I hope you never have human touch again, honestly. Skippy says, I'll be online in like 2 hours. If you want to meet me then. No one wants to meet you. Everyone hates you, Skippy. You're the one saying Sig Heil, doing Roman salutes, doing text Roman salutes because you're a goddamn Nazi. The only reason I even let you stay here so other people who agree with you will realize that makes them Nazis. After a few bulls, you don't deserve weed. I hope you die at the gym. Seriously, I hope you fall and die at the gym. Like, hope you fall off the treadmill, hit your head, and you never live again. I mean, I think you should probably repent and stop being a Nazi before that, but I don't give a fuck. You fucking Nazi trash. You got Jimmy Kimmel canceled for about as long as Charlie Kirk was asking for the Epstein files. Jimmy Kimmel was canceled for 1 weekend. Charlie Kirk was asking for the Epstein files for 1 weekend. Then he got his ass shot. Kane Ripley says, I don't agree with you, but I do apologize for getting upset and saying some rude things to you. You're entitled to your opinion, even though I don't agree with anything you say. Hey, I don't remember you saying Kane Ripley. I don't remember you saying anything rude, so I'll forgive you or something. Let me check out your channel activity and see what you said. You said, get right with God and Charlie, but Charlie's Antichrist, okay? And you said, fuck you, which is, if you thought that Charlie Kirk was a good person and you thought I was making fun of him dying, I can see how you'd be mad about that. You're an adult, stop your bullshit, and that's your group, not the proud American man's lifestyle. No, see, the problem is you guys betrayed America, okay? You're traitors. You're traitors when you support Trump. You're traitors, okay? You betrayed your ancestors. You betrayed your country. You betrayed Jesus. Trump is the Antichrist. He's anti-American. He's destroying this country. You're helping him. You're traitors. I'm trying to help you out and save your fucking life, okay? No matter how fucking miserable your life is that you think trolling me is going to bring you pleasure, I'm here to save your life from the fucking misery that Trump and Putin made it. And Charlie fucking Kirk. Skippy says, he's just trolling me and this guy are actually... No, we're not friends. You're a Nazi. You said CKO in my comments. You're a Nazi. I hate Nazis. Like, the thing that's fundamental to me, my grandparents fought the Nazis. My ancestors were against the Nazis. And so are yours. Your ancestors are against you, you fucking Nazi piece of shit. Skippy says, he's actually kind of nice offline. You're never going to meet me. Stop fantasizing. Your fantasies are yours, Skippy, you Nazi fuck. And if, in case you think I'm just calling Skippy a Nazi, just scroll up. You can see all the Nazi shit he said. He's very proud of being a Nazi. And you guys are like him. but you're maybe too stupid to realize you're Nazis. Okay, Brandon McPherson says, where do you live, leftist? Skippy says, he's just trolling for the internet's sake. Will Thompson says, I'd rather have one follower than a load of backwards cretins that have testosterone levels lower than your IQ. I mean, that describes the incel groypers that come in and troll my live pretty well. But Skippy says, no, nobody, just stop lying, you Nazi Skippy. Everyone hates you. We hate you for reasons. You're a MAGA, Nazi, pedophile, terrorist, Trumputineer. Okay, is there anything good about you? I mean, you can type. It would be better if you couldn't. But, I mean, is there anything else good about you besides the fact that you can type, Skippy? Joshua Montgomery says, thank God for good lawyers. Temple, AZ, right? What are you talking about? Temple, Arizona, the town Temple? Miles H says, LOL. Next one that's going to try to take someone out right here. Dude's lost his effing mind. I mean, you guys are the Nazis. I'm actually trying to save your lives. Sorry? You have such shitty lives that you're really mad at me for trying to save your life? Sorry? I mean, you can scroll away. Salus Podcast says, let them know the truth. Thank you, I will. Kash Patel's a Nazi, Trump's a Nazi, Trump just lost, Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air, Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on Tuesday, Trump lost, fuck you fascists, and I'll sing you a song about it. Do you remember the FBI on a meth bender? Cash was changing Tyler's roommate's gender while they helped the groypers get away. Did y'all hear that? It goes like this. Do you remember? Well, now I forgot how it goes. No, seriously, I'll do it one more time. Do you remember the FBI on a meth bender? Cash was changing Tyler's roommate's gender while they helped the groypers get away. Now, just because the FBI has gone T-New KGB and the FBI is not going to stop this terrorist groyper cell that Tyler Robinson and Nick Fuentes are in, there's a posse that will. Hashtag grab them by the posse. Check out the hashtag grab them by the posse. Y'all are welcome to use that one. Will Thompson says, MAGA! Like some type of nut job. Nazi. Boomer1 says, nah, bro. You're the traitor hater. Piece of trash. The traitor hater. Traitor hater. You're the traitor hater. Piece of trash. Is that how you talk, Boomer1? Nah, bro. You're the traitor hater. Piece of trash. Is that how you talk? Miles H says, your mother is a traitor to the humankind for having you. Oh, so you're pro-abortion. You're all of a sudden pro-abortion. So just being mad about Trump. Just so you know, Tyler Robinson is a MAGA, just like Jimmy Kimmel said. Tyler Robinson's MAGA. He shot Charlie Kirk, who's MAGA. It's MAGA on MAGA violence. Like, you guys are shooting yourselves, trying to blame us. You've succeeded at blaming us, the stupid-ass media, including fucking, what's his name, Adam Mockler and fucking Luke Beasley, are fucking groypers too. They're incel groypers as well. They're all red pill incel groypers. Skippy's a Nazi. Don't need to read his comments. First, last, Johnny. Just puts a bunch of clown emojis. MAGA. Will Thompson is having a stroke. Having a MAGA stroke. Having a stroke like his buddy Tyler Robinson was going to have when he heard ooh woo. When he heard ooh woo from a Fox host. That's why he killed Charlie Kirk. To hear ooh woo. I mean, according to Kash Patel's transfic that he wrote with Chat KGB. Oh, that's right. Did I sing that song yet? Kash Patel. Nobody believes your story. You're just Pateling on yourself. Kash Patel. Your lies are really Civil War-y. Chat KGB writes the stupid bullshit you spew. I'm going to sing you guys Regular Traders here in a second. We got any more comments? We got any good comments? Anybody good in comments? Let me know if you're a good person in comments. I see a bunch of Nazis. But while I'm looking through the comments, I'll sing you Regular Traders. Here's a little story about Jaden X. Just one of 70 million reasons Trumpers shouldn't have sex. So you grew up black in Utah? Damn, I'm sorry. And Mormon? Still, that's no excuse for your Capitol storming. Were you abused in the Olympics when they made you a skater? So write a book or sue. Don't let it make you a traitor. On the Capitol steps, you really added some pep, letting everyone know it's Trump and Putin you rep. Helped your fellow rebels repel up and cheered them on as savage. You yelled, let's burn it down before you went into ravage. Every cop who tried to stop the mob, you threatened their life. Every door they locked, you popped up and said, I got a knife. You yelled, go, and actually jumped the window. You stayed on your feet. Like yelling pull to fire your fellow terrorist skeet when they blew her ass away just like a trumper clay pigeon. She died just for your live feed. You feel guilt just a smidgen. You sold the vid for 30 G's. You sold your soul for some views. FBI caught you, but a judge released. Guess they're guilty too. You're back on YouTube blocking me, feeling free, I bet. I guarantee you're just a knot in this Trump terrorist net, tying you to Trump and all of his kind until it turns to bars of iron. You'll all be safer behind. Here's a little story about Marjorie Taylor Greene and why Trumpers should not be heard or seen. So you stalk Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? Well, you're going to be an inmate and she's going to be prez. Saw you peeping through the mail slot, AOC's office door. Bitch, if you could read and write, you would know what it's for. Isn't it a federal crime just for raising the flap? I think your wrist needs some handcuffs, not just a slap. You think your dumbass can debate AOC? If it fell dead in the forest, you couldn't debate a tree. We know that you're wrong by all the things that you said. Way Trump and Putin replaced the brains in your head. The right, we all love the brilliant AOC. She makes an impression. But we love her because she's like us, not some jealous obsession. The right wishes they had an AOC because she's so awesome. But if you're the closest they've got, does that make you the hot one? Damn, I'm just being sarcastic. Nothing's as ugly and drastic as these racist Congress traitors acting all bombastic. Here's a little story about Lauren Boebert. Fuck the pudding. She's why Trumpers shouldn't even get yogurt. Dyed her hair and wore fake glasses to look like Sarah Palin. Say, isn't that the starter kit for fascism and Palin? Just like Palin, all her funding probably comes from a Russian. To accept her Q and Nazi views, you need a concussion. She filmed herself illegally carrying a piece in D.C. Same cops you gassed you for a BLM sign, let her run free. Days before the Trump insurrection, she gave tours of the Capitol, showed her terrorist friends a way in so they wouldn't need a map at all. On the 6th, she tweeted, this is 7076, calling Biden a tyrant, but they're just some dumb hicks. Getting elected to overthrow us, them some treasonous tricks. We got Congress and Senate traitor problems we need to fix. And they couldn't shoot us all even if we only had sticks. We won't even need violence now that we're in the mix. We wrap our hope in Roman scandals and we're lighting the wicks for the day when Trump is locked away just hammering bricks. That was Regutrators. Susang Wright says, holy shit, delusional lefty fuck. Without a C for some reason. Undercover Whale says, another delusional idiot. Anthony Variccio says, who is this ass is high on drug? Who is this ass is high on drug? Who is this ass is high on drug? You like Georgia Maloney? You're like a Georgia Maloney supporter, huh? You're like Georgia Maloney's campaign manager, aren't you? Anyway, we won. Trump lost. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air. Fuck Trump. Fuck Nazi fucks. Fuck MAGA. Fuck y'all pieces of shit. Fuck y'all pedo, Nazi, traitor pieces of shit. Ha, ha, ha. We won. Fuck you. You lost again. And you'll keep losing. Y'all might want to become American again. Stop going down with the SS Trumputineer. Okay, let's read the comments. Joshua Montgomery says, you can keep skipping me. All these shows that do you right, and we found you. Say Less Podcast says, Charlie wife threw up the Baphomet hand signal loud and clear with Trump. Charlie's wife is going to lie in state for a long line of mourners to comfort her. Miles H. said, hurry up, your meds are wearing off. Will Thompson said, they thought for nothing. Did you guys write a bunch of shit? You did. Who's going to have time to read this shit? Nobody's going to have time to read this shit. I don't have time to read this shit. Meanwhile, we won. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back. Trump went down. Trump can fuck off. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back. We can also all watch Skeleton Crew and The Acolyte and Ahsoka and all these great new Star Wars series that are coming out. We can watch those without disappointment. Let's read what these people have to, without feeling guilty. I mean, we can watch all those great Star Wars shows without feeling like we are supporting terrorists like you guys do. Okay, somebody hates Nazis. Will Thompson hates Nazis. That's good. That's good. Just say I'm not a Nazi if you're not a Nazi. That way I know that this stuff doesn't apply to you. Miles says, haha, we're Nazis. It's not funny. D. Ray says, God praise Trump, our king, our savior. D_Rays 91 joined 10 years ago, has 9 subscribers. Boom to Boom says, shut up. LOL. Skippy just says, well, he says something Nazi. We don't need to read Skippy's comments anymore. He's self-confessed Nazi. Say Less Podcast says they don't want to speak on how Trump on that Epstein list, though. Exactly, Say Less Podcast. They're scared of everything. They don't even want to admit whether they're a groyper, whether they support killing Charlie Kirk, like they're the groyper side of the Trump terrorist network did, or whether they're a, what's it called? A Zionist, whether they're on the Charlie Kirk side of the Trump and Putin terrorist network. How are all Trump supporters pedos? You just said it yourself, Brandon McPherson. Trump supporters. Trump's a pedo. All Trump supporters are pedos. He wasn't the snitch for the FBI. Let's just be real. Undercover whale. Again, undercover whale. The person with, or the Nazi with, in 11 years, 4 subscribers. Undercover whale says 29 watching, 0 likes. Says it all. No, what says it all is Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air, you stupid fucks, lost. And you just got me another like, you stupid fuck. All you can do is everything you do backfires on you, you stupid Nazi fucks. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air on Tuesday, you stupid fucks. And I'm going to be live until then, just to rub it in your stupid Nazi faces. Ha ha ha. You stupid Nazis always lose. You Nazis are weak as shit. Trump can't do fucking jack fucking shit. He can't even cancel Jimmy Kimmel. Anyway. 80 million says you. DVD, live D. I don't know who said 80 million. Skippy says, I am a Nazi, but me and this guy are still friends. No, we're not friends. The only thing that's true in that sentence is that you're a Nazi. We're not friends. We don't have a weird friendship. I hate you. I said earlier that I hope when you go to the gym, you slip on the treadmill, hit your head, and die. I wouldn't say that about a friend. Chango Fett says your grandparents would be ashamed. No, my grandparents are super proud of me. My grandparents are still around, and they're super proud of me. Ha, 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 you stupid fuck. My granddad was in World War II. He was fighting Nazis for real. I'm just fighting him on the phone. Chango Fett. You don't deserve to be called Chango Fett. You don't get a Star Wars name. Fuck you, Nazi. Let's find out Chango Fett's name so we can take him off the internet and free up that name for somebody else. You joined 7 years ago. You got 1 subscribers. Okay. Charlie wife threw up the Baphomet hand sign loud and clear with Trump. Is that what it was? Is it just a Satanist thing? I know Trump's Antichrist, but... Oh my gosh. Will Thompson just said, I love you, Skippy, when Skippy's just spewing a bunch of Nazi shit. So Will Thompson, if you didn't know, you're a Nazi. Stop being a goddamn Nazi and a traitor. You joined 15 years ago, and Net and YouTube loves having Nazis like you on there. Yeah, my battery's running down, so definitely shutting this down real soon. Oh, fuck. I can't even read your stupid-ass Nazi comments without plugging the phone up, so I guess I'm doing that for a few more minutes. Gosh, can y'all stop saying anything? Like, seriously, stop typing any comments, especially if you're a Nazi. If you're not a Nazi, you can type comments, okay? So, although you should type the comment, I am not a Nazi. That should not be a hard comment to type. I got plenty of people who type that comment in my live because they don't want to be associated with the rest of you fuckers who are Nazis and pedophiles. Okay. Let's see. Brandon McPherson, the Nazi pedophile Trumper, says, how are all Trump supporters pedos? That's really sad that you're a pedophile without even realizing. You're a pedophile and a Nazi and a traitor without realizing, without doing this simple math. I'll do the math for you. If you support Trump, who is a pedophile and a Nazi and a traitor, that makes you a pedophile and a Nazi and a traitor. So don't support Trump. Simple. We've been telling y'all this shit for years. Say Less Podcast, who actually seems intelligent, says they don't want to speak on how Trump on that Epstein list, though. That's the truth. And that's probably why they killed Charlie Kirk. Think about it. Charlie Kirk was demanding for one weekend that they say what was on the Epstein files. And he was breaking his, ironclad support for Israel and their Iron Dome or whatever. Well, Israel and Trump killed him. Boom to Boom says, shut up, LOL. D. Ray says, God praise Trump, our king, our savior. He's not going to save you, you stupid Nazis. Skippy's a Nazi. Suzanne Wright says, why would our lives need saving? Because we hunt Nazis for the rest of their lives. Hunting Nazis, you don't really have to have a trial. You just have to have suspicion that somebody's a Nazi. You could take them to trial, or you could just say, fuck it, I'm going to take care of this right here. So yeah, I could be saving your life by talking you out of being a goddamn Nazi Trumper. I don't care, though. I mean, honestly, it can be either way. Brandon McPherson says, California's at its best. Oh, right. Undercover Whale says 38 views, 0 likes. Chango Fett says, bro, you couldn't even save your own mental health. Charles Salazar says, you lost your mind looking trash. Say Less Podcast. Say Less Podcast actually says good things. So let's read Say Less Podcast with some attention. I'm glad Jimmy is back. Disney lost billions. Oh, I was guessing millions. They lost billions siding with that Nazi fuck Trump. Well, Disney deserves to lose those billions. And they deserve to set an example to all other companies. You can side with Trump and go down to fucking hell when the people turn against you and find out. like Coke did and Target did. And I think, does Target still exist? Anyway, Target's lost half its value. Love it. Thank you so much to the boycotters. I didn't boycott Disney Plus. I didn't get around to it. I probably would have at one point. But I didn't. I canceled my spare account. I had a spare account and I canceled that actually right before all this happened. But so I'm paying them less than I was paying them a month ago or 2 months ago. That's true. But I really appreciate the people who did boycott Disney Plus, who did cancel, and I hope they get like a sign back up subscription rate, like $2.99 a month, or free for 6 months, free for a year. I hope they get a good discount for being the American heroes who canceled and helped this happen. And you know, Disney Plus looked into it. They're like, oh wait, Tyler Robinson is a groyper. Jimmy Kimmel was just telling the truth. Charlie Kirk's killer was just a Nick Fuentes Trump terrorist. He's just a different stripe of Trump terrorist. So you guys are so pathetic. You're all mad about something you did to yourselves. It's like shooting yourself in the foot if you stubbed your toe. You're like blaming your foot for the toe being on it. Will Thompson says hates Nazis. Agree with United Nations on most things. I don't know, Will Thompson. You just said you love Skippy. I don't know if you didn't scroll up far enough that you saw Skippy admitting that he's a Nazi. That he was saying Sieg Heil and all this stuff. That's your team. You're a Nazi. Stop being a goddamn Nazi. You don't hate Nazis. You are a Nazi, Will Thompson. It's pathetic. It's so disgusting. Like, I hate Nazis and I'm not a Nazi. I hate MAGA. I'm not a MAGA. Hate Trumputineers. Not a Trumputineer. Hate pedos. Not a pedo. Like, it just goes on. I can go down the list because I'm freaking honest. Sue Sang Right says, up your meds, bro. Let's look at Sue Sang Right's. Joined 9 years ago and has 5 subscribers. Sue Sang Right, up your subscribers and take Homer Simpson off your profile pic. You don't deserve Homer Simpson. Antonio Verrecchio is looking for meth. Joshua Montgomery. You can expect a knock on the door in a few days with court paperwork. Dude, I've had Nazis threaten me so much. Like, just go ask your Groyper terrorist cells about me before you think that's gonna scare me. Alex Kane says, bro, the other way around. Are you crazy? Miles H says, dude has man tits talking shit. You'd be the first gone if we went at it. Hiding your mom's basement is your best bit. Undercover Whale says, 36 views, 0 likes. Skippy the Nazi says, I got 3 Billy Jean, 3. I'm glad you have. I'm not glad you have weed. Actually, you don't deserve weed. Like, everybody deserves weed, but Nazis don't count as people. Charles Salazar says, go get a job. Jerry Moore says, you need help, man. The Forgotten Frequencies says, the retort. Joshua Montgomery says, he has a job. He's a delivery driver. Thank God for good lawyers. They found him. You're good lawyers. Dude, nobody did anything to you. It's not slander to call you a Nazi because you support Trump. It's not slander to call you a pedophile because you support Trump. Next time, don't tell people you support Trump if you don't want them to know you're a Nazi and a pedophile. Skippy, everyone be nice to this man. He needs love and friendship. Skippy's a Nazi. Suzanne Wright says, George Floyd response versus Charlie Kirk response. We are not the same. Have you seen the neck and neck? Somebody had a thing compared George Floyd and Charlie Kirk and said neck and neck, which I thought was hilarious, but I couldn't watch it because it started off with condolences to the Charlie Kirk family. Skippy, God lives in him, same as any of us. But Skippy, God doesn't live in you. Remember, you're a Nazi. You kicked the goddess out. You kicked Jesus out. You betrayed everything. Pinner's Pancakes says one something. Miles H says, read man tit comment. I did. It just took me a while to get to it. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, but Pinner's Pancakes. Let's get Pinner's Pancakes channel activity. Pinner's Pancakes joined 2 years ago, 0 subscribers. Delta B says, Bwahahaha. Undercover Whale says, how many riots and how many businesses have been looted in the past couple weeks? Oh, it hasn't started yet. Okay, yeah, I told you Nazis not to comment anymore. Slander and threats aren't free speech. Good. There was no slander. You're a Nazi and a pedophile. Joshua Montgomery is a Nazi and a pedophile. That's not slander. He said he was MAGA. He's a Nazi and a pedophile. Let's see. Delta B. Only a Nazi would call somebody a Nazi. Well, that's how Putin justified his war, right? So Putin's a Nazi? At least we agree on that. You won't. It was never gonna. I'm never mean to you, Skippy. Stop whining, okay? All you Trumputineers only speak whinies and hate speech and lies. Say Less podcast. He said lawsuit over freedom speech. Slow man, Josh. Josh thinks he's gonna have lawyers get me for slander because I call him a Nazi and a pedophile because he supports Trump. Hey, everybody who supports Trump is a Nazi and a pedophile. Ghost Samurai. Thank you, Ghost Samurai. Nice to see you. Bella and Elise, which is a very pretty name, but I couldn't see what that's a reference from. I'm only going to read Say Less podcasts, and your name is Josh. You're a dork. Oh, no, he's going to, dude, he's going to send lawyers after you. You called him a dork, and you mentioned that his name is Josh. Joshua Montgomery says, this dude is over 40 and delivers food in Temple, Arizona. I don't know who he's talking about. Cookies retracted his message, probably for the best cookies. Okay, so Say Less podcast says Charlie gets popped. Now y'all looking for people to blame. Yeah, they need to blame themselves. They need to look in the mirror. Jimmy Kimmel was right. MAGA did it. It's MAGA on MAGA terrorism. It's Mormonic terrorism, Mormon terrorism, Mormonic extremism. Bring your mom's phone back. No S says, y'all mad? Bud, you're the one putting your face out to cry. We're just loving your lack of common sense. Joshua Montgomery says, say less, screen time is over, take mommy your phone back. Say less says, Ghost. Okay, all these fools in here thought you was one of them. Yeah, don't misread Ghost. Ghost is a decent person. Say less, just say what's up. Yeah, say less and Ghost, you guys are cool. Y'all are fine. Josh is a lost soul. Yeah, Josh is a Trumputineer. No, what's his name? Ghost Samurai is very interesting. Israel got Charlie. Skippy says, preach it, brother. Israel got Charlie. You sure you don't want to be a Nazi? So he's bragging that his side, the Nazis, including Netanyahu, got Charlie. I don't know how much proof you guys need. Free speech impaired says, you said Nazi like 100 times in 2 minutes. I don't know why all you Nazis keep pouring into the live. I'm going to remind people that you're Nazis. Can you show us on the doll where the Nazi touched you? Free speech is not funny. You know, I know you guys are all pedophiles and you're all supporting Epstein and his abusing kids, but it's not funny. Joshua Montgomery says, say less. Surely you have more than reply than I know you are. I don't know. These lefties, buzzwords, it's like opposite day. Anyway, none of your comments matter. Oh, wait, Joshua Montgomery said, I'm not a Nazi. But you are. No, you're the Nazi. Say less podcast says, Josh, you're losing, bro. Just give it up. You not tough on a phone. But they hid your comment. Probably because you said bra. Because YouTube is very fascist and they're afraid of sex and bras. Anyway, I can't. Undercover Whale says, yes, I only have 4 subs, but yet I have never uploaded a video. Why don't you upload a video? Just embarrassed about your life? You should be. Okay. Yep, Ghost Samurai, Cyber Nerds versus Cyber PDF files. Yep, and the Cyber PDF files are losing. Trump just lost. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air. Hunter Biden. I wish I was good friends with Hunter Biden. He seems like he knows how to party. And he seems like a cool guy. He seems like he might have a good list of prostitutes to call too. ABC executive is who tried canceling Kimmel. Get it right. So now you're trying to cover up for Trump and what's his name, that car guy? Done. He's tagged. Okay, let's go back to... I'm reading the comments in reverse order, which isn't helping. So let's go back to where we left off. Oh my gosh, I told you guys stop writing comments. Stop writing comments. Somebody's comments getting missed because you guys keep reading comments. Okay. This guy thinks he's normal and his views are reality. Hilarious. Sayla says, damn, he dropping bars too. Oh, yes, that was me. Thank you. I was at that time. Pinner's Pancake says, thumbs down for this hat. What? What hat? Alex Kane says, blah, blah, blah. Delta B says, blah, blah, blah. Pinner's Pancake says, shut up, goof. Skylar's Sailor's podcast, Say Less podcast says, no neck Charlie. Charlie is a necklace wonder, isn't he? Okay, let's just read. All right, I'll read Suzanne writes because I don't know who she's talking about or who they're talking about. But good Lord, he's a rapping version of Jankovic, a.k.a. Scary Poppins. I don't know who that is. Brandon McPherson, keep your day guy off a singer. Thought you were safe online, but the lawyers found me. The lawyers found me. Alex Chain says crochet. Say This podcast was, where is all this at for Emmett Till? I mean, where was it at for Trey Reed, who they just lynched in Mississippi? Or there was a homeless man, we don't even know his name, that they lynched in D.C. Skippy made a sexual joke. I'll slide into AOC mail slot if you know what you mean. I know what you mean. She's really hot. Like, I can't hate you for that. Even if you're a Nazi, we have that in common. We find AOC attractive. And we don't have other things in common. But, you know, even a Nazi can admit AOC's hot as shit. Haywood Jablomi says, what's your husband's name? Miles H says she thinks everyone is a Nazi too. Say Less podcast says, man, shut the fuck up. Penner's podcast says the guy needs a mental hospital. I think Reagan shut all this down. Alex Train says big booty Latinos can stay. Miguel Silva says, why always use adjectives on others? Miguel Silva, just so people know that I don't support what they say. I also use adjectives like, you know, this guy's cool. Like, Say Less podcast was cool. And Ghost Samurai is cool. Like, they're nice people. Or Ghost Samurai thinks a demon. Skippy, Miles, Skippy, Samsung. Make asylums great again. Say Less podcast says, Joshua, why are you tripping like you're going to pull up and do something? You bot built like that. Your name Josh. Delta B says, this guy is whack. Talks like he smokes crack. Gets smacked by a fish. But I bet he wishes his husband would do the dishes. That was kind of a rap. I mean, I'll give you credit for some rhyming in there. Man, tits talking shit. Undercover Whale DI didn't earn it. Alex Crane says, why are you messing around? Skippy says, see you online tonight. Miles H says, Trump had nothing to do with it. Haha. Delta B says, you didn't win shit. Miguel Silva says, Democrats. Skippy says, have a good night, brother. Joshua Montgomery says, say less. I'm not pulling up anywhere, but that lawsuit is going to slap. That lawsuit is going to slap. That's so Gen Z of you. Brandon McPherson says, won what? LOL. We won. We beat Trump. What's his name? Jimmy Kimmel coming back on the air. We beat Trump. Haven't won in years. Samsung Wright says, I'll share this on Twitter and tag the FBI. Thank you. Fucker needs to be on a watch list. Well, the FBI is teaming KGB right now. So there could be an FBI agent who's still American if they whistleblow and turn on the rest of them. But if not, they're a bunch of traitors. You know how we're dismantling different departments of America? Well, it might be time to dismantle the FBI because they let all of Trump's appointments go through without telling us a single one of them was a Russian agent. And one of them was Tulsi fucking Gabbard, as Russian agent as it gets. I mean, they're all probably Russian agents. But the FBI's trash. Yeah, please tell the FBI. Let me sing a little song about that. Cash Patel, nobody believes your story. You're just Pateling on yourself. Cash Patel, your lies are really Civil War-y. Chat KGB, write all the stupid bullshit you spew. Say Less podcast says, Joshua, you sound dumb. Alex Kane says, bro is delusional. Message was held for review. It's Delta B saying, tell us you have a small dick without telling us. Well, you almost didn't tell us, Delta B, but I showed it. I showed your comments. So now you didn't only tell us, you told everybody in the future who can watch this live and read through the chats. Yes, Sativa, Skippy, what do you want? Undercover Whale says Trump lost. Yep, lost so bad he's your president. No, he lost trying to cancel Jimmy Kimmel, though. And I don't think he necessarily won that. Alex Shane says, all those woke-ass shows. LOLOL. Delta B says, why do you keep showing your IQ? Josh Montgomery says, I hope you keep going live. I'll enjoy that money after the lawsuit. There's no money. There's no lawsuit. You're a liar. He's smoking meth and hot weed, says Miles. Say Less podcast says, set a lawsuit on YouTube. Go put your feet on some grass. Kid, I think is what he said. Messing around. Done. He's tagged. Okay, I was going back to see what was the done he's tagged have to do with it. It still didn't seem to refer to anything, even when I read all the comments. Joshua Montgomery says, "Say less. You don't even know what you're talking about. But you white knighting for your mans is cute. Why do y'all try to talk like kids?" Undercover Whale says, "ABC executives who tried canceling Kimmel get it right." Skippy says, "Send this man love." I might have to read your comments while they're being friendly, Skippy. I mean, I know you're a Nazi. You know you're a Nazi, but you're not really a Nazi. You know, you're not a Nazi through and through. Nazi is just a personality you put on that you should take off, and then we actually can be cool and smoke weed together, all that stuff. Skippy says, "Send this man love. God made him same as you and me." Alex Kane says, "And what is Biden?" Well, he's not a robot. We should have removed Trump under the 25th Amendment for saying he's a robot. You still have a Pope Francis if you remove Trump under the 25th Amendment. Ghost Samurai says, "Like and share and subscribe." Thank you. Skippy says, "I liked and subbed." Skippy says, "You have a Nazi sub." I've got probably 75% of my subs are Nazis. I don't like Nazis. I guess they just want a chance to be talked out of what they believe in. Say Less Podcast says, "Just subbed." Joshua Montgomery says, "Another like." Damn, you're all the way to 2 likes. Yeah. Free Speech Impaired says, "Who hurt you?" Samson Wright says, "All Skippy LOL." Evan says, "No time to read his live comments. Too busy doing Crystal. You must be good friends with Hunter Biden." Okay. And then Ghost Hammer says, "Cyber nerds versus cyber pedophiles." Okay, we all caught up. I think. Okay, I think we caught up all the comments because we read the other ones backwards. Ghost Samurai says, "Cybersecurity 12 that protect PDF files will go to hell." Exactly. Free Speech Impaired says, "Do you hate Nazis or Jews? You sound conflicted." No, I hate Nazis. Who said anything about hating Jews? That's so weird. I hate MAGA and Nazis. I hate Zionists. Why would I have any problems with just Jews? I think you're projecting. Suzanne Wright says, "And that is why you got tagged to the FBI." Oh, tagged to the FBI. Okay, that's what the tag referred to. Yeah, the FBI is a bunch of. Look at what the FBI could. They couldn't even catch Tyler Groyper Robinson. Okay. Josh is a lost soul. I love it. I guess. I mean, everybody can be saved. Delta B says, "You look like the poster boy for being a pedo." I bet you own an ice cream truck. Owning an ice cream truck sounds nice, but not because you guys are the pedophiles, okay? Trump's a pedophile. You guys are pedophiles. Oh, yeah. And say less in case you didn't hear it. He said, "Ghost, okay, all these fools in here. I thought you was one of them. My bad, too." I did, too. I mean, not Ghost particularly, but like there's so many people who come in here and because they're in a pack of Nazis, I sometimes think that they're a Nazi, too. Okay, anybody else? Anybody other comments? We got to shut the live down because we're almost at an hour. Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyway. Cash Patel, nobody believes your stories. People know how to find people. Are they going to round up that Groyper terrorist cell that helped Tyler Robinson shoot Charlie Kirk? Odd you skipped the threats part. I think I went back and read almost every message. Yeah, say less. They talk about finding people. They're very much terrorists. They try to like instill fear and stuff. Free Speech Impaired says, "Trump is a narcissist, but you are definitely off your meds." Not all narcissists. I also do the narcissist support group called Narpool or Narcissist Anonymous. So check out the hashtag Narcissist Anonymous. Yeah, there's no. Okay, well, I guess we can actually get through the. We can get through the text if you stop saying stuff. Stop saying stuff so I can read all the text. Okay. This guy's internet must be coming from a third world country, being that he's talking about comments that were made 10 plus minutes ago. No, there was too many comments. It took me a while to read them. You're okay, just play it off. Everyone's nice to my friend. That's how goofy you people are. Say Less Podcast. actual decent person in the chat says, Josh, get on your scooter. And since you're so tough, Josh, that you like go find people, get active. He's struggling. Say less, you're a child. I feel bad for insulting you like this. Saying someone's a child and trying to act like that's an insult is stupid. Children are usually smarter than a bunch of you. Say less podcast. Yeah, that's the reply I knew you would say. Good boy. Delta B says, this reminds me of adult temper tantrum. Wah, wah, Trump. Wah, wah. And I actually was celebrating. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back the air. What's his name? Trump lost. You guys lost. Say less says, Josh, you keep it on the internet. It's a good kid. You're not tough, my boy. Undercover Whale says, you want to be friends with a guy that like to talk to 16-year-old girls inappropriate. I don't want to be friends with any of you Nazi pedophiles. I want you to stop being Nazis and stop being pedophiles, and then we could be friends. Just report this clown, says Delta B. Joshua Montgomery says, my mom told me not to bully the less intelligent, so I'll leave you alone. Say less. Undercover Whale says, TDS is strong with this one. Say less podcast says, you can't bully shit, Josh. Your mama didn't raise you like that. You find someone safe to play with. Find someone safe to play with. Exactly. I'm not the one. Joshua Montgomery says, Trey Reed wasn't lynched. Trey Reed wasn't lynched, but I mean, sure. Okay, so you were there? What's your evidence that Trey Reed wasn't lynched? Because it sounds like you were there, which means you lynched him, and you're just trying to cover for your clan. Say Less Podcast says, Josh lives in his mom's basement, eating Hot Pockets all day and got piss bottles everywhere. Let it go. I hope he at least has a bathroom in the basement. Skippy says, what's your favorite game? Joshua, I don't know if I need to tell you, Skippy, because you're still a Nazi. Stop being a Nazi and I'll talk to you better. Joshua Montgomery says, Skippy, this guy's playing like he is enjoying the game of chat after us. Skippy says, true, get rid of the FBI. I like this guy. Well, stop being a Nazi and maybe we can work together. Seriously, though, stop being a Nazi. You know you're a Nazi, so stop being a Nazi. What would you be if you weren't a Nazi? You might be some type of revolutionary, like an interesting person or something. Skippy, yeah, what a joker. We're best pals. No. I see y'all running duos every night, Skippy. I don't even know what that means. I'm just here to play devil's advocate for the content's sake. I guess thanks. I mean, I don't know. Why don't you just say what you mean? Why don't you just try to think? Try to put thoughts into your statement. Suzanne Wright says, good, back to real life. Are we almost done with the comments? We are almost done with the comments. Stop commenting because we're going to shut it down when we get done with the comments. Joshua Montgomery, so you didn't find you in Temple, Arizona. Say This Podcast says, I don't know what your obsession with Temple, Arizona is. Say This Podcast says, Josh, go get your scooter and be a man. Then since you so tough, you're soft as Charmin. Say This, you're funny, but you don't have to say anything to Josh Montgomery. I should have muted him hours ago. Joshua Montgomery says, damn, Say Less, you already used that one too. Come on, you can do this. I believe in he improved it. Say Less Podcast says, nah, don't cop out now. Be a man, not what your mama raised you to be, a bitch. Say Less Podcast says, I only fear God, not someone that bleeds like I do. Joshua Montgomery says, no. I know you struggle with comprehension. I didn't say him being a child was an insult. I said I felt bad because he was a child. Yeah, but you're still trying to insult him by saying he's a child. Like, you were just trying to insult him. Then it doesn't matter. You guys don't know how to talk. Joshua Montgomery says it's called an autopsy. Say This Podcast says, Josh, you're a sad puppy. Good thing you wasn't Christy Gnome's puppy. Anyway, so we got through the comments. Hoorah! We'll see you guys next time. I just wanted to gloat one more time. Trump lost. Jimmy Kimmel and the American people won. We're getting Jimmy Kimmel back on the air, and we can watch all the Disney Plus stuff we like without feeling like we're supporting fascism. Hooray! We can watch Acolyte and Skeleton Crew, which is awesome. And Ashoka, I think, is the new Ashoka's coming out. So anyway, love you guys. See you on the internet. Especially love you, Say Less Podcast, and Ghost and Ghost Samurai. And if I'm forgetting anyone, I'm sorry, but I think there's only 2 cool people in here. So I'm about to find out how many people were in here, like 600 or 1,000 or 1,200 or something. And only 2 cool ones. So Net and YouTube, do better next time. Find some better people for my live. Thanks. But Say Less Podcast, you're awesome. Go Samurai, you're awesome. And let's make the rest of you awesome. Let's cure you of your MAGA bullshit. Love you too. I mean, I love you as a human. I don't love you as the person who's threatening to send your lawyers after me for telling you that you're a Nazi and a pedophile. So stop being a Nazi and a pedophile. It's not hard. Just question whether or not Trump and Putin made you into a Nazi and a pedophile for their own ends. And you should stop doing that. Anyway, we got Jimmy Kimmel back, so we won. Thanks, everybody.